Hey everybody, it is Michael from Replica Airguns with another tabletop video review. Today we're looking at the KJWorks KP-13 CO2 Blowback Airsoft pistol. And again, this is the tabletop review. So I won't be doing any shooting. I won't have a lot of information or pretty much any information on how this gun performs in terms of velocity, accuracy. But I will be following this video up with a field test shooting video where I'll find out how it performs in those categories. Now this product is listed in both our Canada and US Replica Airgun stores. I can't tell you if it's in stock in both of them. We do have them listed. It's kind of depends on when you watch the video, whether or not we have stock or not. Now if you haven't noticed, this is a loose replica of a Glock styled pistol. It is not a Glock replica. It just happens to be a similar shape with a similar look, but there are a fair amount of differences. And I'll show you that when I compare to some other products. All right, let's get into some of the specifications. The KP-13 does use a single 12-gram CO2 cartridge, which should give it a little bit higher FPS as compared to green gas or propane gas. It does shoot in semi-auto with a full blowback action and has a light single action only trigger. You're going to find a metal slide with a polymer frame, and it does have a full-size dropout metal magazine that holds the 24 6mm airsoft BBs and the CO2. This gun weighs in at 1.7 pounds or 770 grams, is 7.9 inches or 200 millimeters in length, and has approximately a 3.7 inch or 95 millimeter inner barrel. This gun is claimed to have a 366 plus FPS with the barrel extensions, and I'll show you that in a second. The standard barrel is already installed in this product by default. Now under the barrel there is a rail for accessories, along with a safety that is incorporated into the serial number plate. Kind of keeps it discreet. By the way, it does have a trigger safety as well. You're going to find a fiber optic sight up front with a standard all black non-adjustable sight on the back. This product does have adjustable hop-up. If you field strip it, you have access to the hop-up. And it does come in a basic cardboard box with a manual, extra barrels, airsoft BBs, and an Allen key. And it is made by KJWorks in Taiwan. And here is the wonderful box. Very exciting, right? Not much to really show you here. Inside the box, of course, you get the gun. You get a pack of airsoft BBs, not that many, but enough to get you started. You get the Allen key for tightening the CO2. And you get the extender barrel, which is two-part. So you would replace the barrel inside this gun that's already installed with this one. You'd have to take it apart. But that allows you the option of extending it with the extended barrel. So you have a threaded barrel there. See if you can see that. See, it's threaded, whereas the barrel that it is pre-installed is non-threaded. You might wonder, why do you need to have both? Well, some people would claim that this sort of affects the accuracy because once the air is going through here, it can disrupt it a little bit, causing some inaccuracy to happen. If you have a flush or non-threaded area here, then you're less likely to have those types of anomalies. Let's quickly compare to some other similar products. So here we have some Glocks that look very similar. As you can see, they're different for sure. You know, you've got basically the pistol grip is quite a bit different. Trigger guard is similar, but you've got different types of slide markings and engravings and things like that. You have texture here, you don't here. The trigger safety is much shorter, right? The safety is different. Everything's a little bit different, just enough so that it, hopefully doesn't get flagged by Glock, right? And here is another Glock Umrex product. Basically, it's a Glock 17. This is a Gen 4. The other one was a Gen 5. And again, very similar, but not exactly the same. Just enough differences there to not call it a Glock, right? And this is an airsoft version, so you can see it has a little bit larger opening there in the inner barrel, similar to this product because it's airsoft as well. All right, let's do a quick walk around, show you this gun nice and close. Fiber optic sight on the front there. It's quite nice. It's easy to see. Now you just have a black sight on the back. It's not white, so you don't have that white perimeter marking. It's not white out either, so not too bad to see though. Maybe on really dark backgrounds it might be a little more difficult to see. You do have the slide catch release. You do have the takedown latches here. You have this texture there. You have a working trigger safety. You have a nice magazine release. This is the magazine, okay? Fairly straightforward. If this comes off, you can actually, there's a CO2 screw underneath it. You can see it right there. Just got to take this sticker off. Okay, you do have the serial number here that slides back and forth. So it unlocks it essentially. Safe and not sure which is which. Okay, so that's safe. And then put it the other way. And that's fire. Right, you've got your Picatinny rail. You've got your recessed barrel. Right. Nice looking gun. All right, so at this point, I'm going to do a quick field strip, nothing fancy. I'm not going to take the barrel out or anything. I just want to show you the hop up. So pull this. I think you have to fire it, okay? There it is. There, you have to pull it back and then forward. So basically, I had to pull it all the way back and then forward to take the slide off. And here's the hop up right there. There's your barrel. So if you took all of this out, so you push that forward. If you took all of this out, you could then take out that inner barrel. I'm not going to do it right now, but you could take out the inner barrel and replace it. All right, let's put that back together. So pop this in first, throw that on the ground, and then you can put the spring in. Just gotta get it in there. There it is, okay. Once that's in, you can put the slide back on. I'm not great at this. Okay, oh, there we go. So that's on and we're good to go. All right, I didn't show you very well how to take the slide off and put it back on, so I want to redo that for you guys. So you need to pull it back all the way, basically to activate the hammer, and then you can pull it off the front by pulling these levers down or these latches down on both sides. Putting it back together is just as easy. You just have to essentially keep that down all the way so it doesn't come off the frame and just give it a good pull back and it goes back on. You're ready to have this gun operational again. All right, let's get into some of the pros and the cons at this point. The KJWorks KP-13 CO2 Blowback Airsoft pistol is made out of metal and polymer with a decent weight and good feel to it, and it should have a heavy full blowback operation. The fit and finish is very good, as is always the case with KJWorks pistols. It does have a nice high capacity, full-size dropout magazine that holds the CO2 and the 24 rounds. It's got a well-hidden safety incorporated into the serial number under the barrel, with a working trigger safety as well. And that fiber optic sight up front should make it fairly easy to see on different types of backgrounds. And all the mechanical components will work just like a real steel Glock style pistol. It does come with that extended barrel for higher velocities and easier import into Canada, but you can use the standard barrel if you choose. Overall, it would make a good training weapon if you are using a similar style Glock as your main firearm. The basic size and feel are very close, and I would imagine it should fit just fine in a Glock holster. I do like the two-tone finish, and I like the fact that you can easily field strip it to get at the internals and the hop-up. Couple cons: the sights are not adjustable, which is often the case with these airsoft and BB pistols. And I would have liked the addition of a white outline on the rear sight. I think that would have made it easier to see on all kinds of backgrounds. And one thing I noticed is the slide spring does seem a little bit light, so when it's actually all the way back like this, and you click it, it does seem a little slow to come forward. Now, when it actually cycles, it's fine. So that would be a cycle, should be fine. But just to show you, see how it kind of comes back a little slower? It is improving as I work this gun, so it just might be something that needs to be worked in a little bit. And that's all I've got for cons at this point until I actually use it and see if there's anything else that pops up. All right, that wraps up this review for the KJWorks KP-13 CO2 Blowback Airsoft pistol. If you're interested in purchasing it, I'll put the links in the description of this video to purchase it in both Canada and the US. If you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, check out replicaairguns.ca for Canada and replicaairguns.us for the US. We also have our blog over at replicaairguns.com, where I'll post a written review of this video review with additional photos and again links to purchasing this airsoft product. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.